What would you like feedback on?
Well, if anybody's got ideas for themes, I mean, and also I know that some of the navigation here needs some work. Our donate button should be up higher.
Well, you know, it's interesting. What I'm hearing is similar to what Gail was talking about. It goes back to what Ruby said. Is it's almost like you don't have a lot of people to keep this current. So how can you come up with a content strategy that serves you with having very few people who need to change it?
Right.
Can you put a whole calendar out there? I mean, I don't know technically what you do, but the content strategy separate than the navigation. How can you make content strategy work for you in the simplest way?
Yeah.
Easy.
How much change do you have on the website? It looks almost static content.
When I was able to do it, I was changing it every other week. I was putting up a news post every other week, and I was swapping this main page out once a month. And as you see, spring is the last time I updated it. And I mean, I was actually thinking about that when I was at work today, that I need to get in there. I need to send out an email because we have a big event Saturday, and just to update this front page. We have not this summer had a lot of special events, so there has not been a lot of news. You'll see we refer to a chicken picking and a thing with Big Boss. So we had a bunch of stuff in spring, and I updated it several times to reflect those. So part of it's been driven by the lack of events.
A couple hands, I see.
I want to ask you, so if one of your primary roles is to raise money, is that specifically through events? Is that through partnerships? Like, how does the association want to raise money?
We're trying to work on corporate sponsorships, and that's not something that we've done through the website. It's a struggle, and through the website we actually do have a good donation form. We work with Donor Perfect. So we don't get that many donations through the website, but I view the website primarily as a publicity tool that we can use and show potential corporate donors. Here are the things that we do. We can put you on our website, which is a beautiful website, and blah, 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 which it isn't quite right now, and make it worth their money to partner with us and use this online outreach. And I guess really, I mean, it's a question that can't be answered here. My resource is time and people. But I do want to make this website a responsive site so that people can look at it. As we know, so many donations, so many interactions with your website now come through mobile. And I'm thinking we want to build out our constituency among families, younger families, so people who are walking out and trying to find something to do this weekend, if they go to our website and they try to find a mill tour, it's not going to come up on their phone, not easily. So I want them to be able to search our calendar. We do have a Google Calendar. Do we? No, we don't.
A couple other people had their hands up. What other?
Yeah.
Well, you have the resources of the Public History Department at NC State. I know that I think she was employed by the county when worked for the county portion, was a graduate student at State. You know, the public history program is leaning a little bit away from, but they still do museum studies. Mm-hmm. So you have that beautiful visitor center complex that is there, and you have the mill. So,
right. I'm wondering what you mean in terms of a resource that I can use.
In terms of finding a student who can do, who needs, because at least back when I was in school, we were required to do we had a project. I did, and this sounds like something where you just call Craig Friend or David Zonderman and say, hi, do you have a student who can do this? It's an independent study. It's usually done over the summer. Okay. Who can work with us and specifically do stuff to work on the website, to promote things like that. All they can do is say no, but I doubt it, because Craig Friend is obviously, he's the head of department, and he's going to promote his department. Okay. And he's going to promote his students. So I suggest getting in touch with, to find at least somebody who can work with you on the on keeping up the website. So.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
It would be, I guess it would be nice if the some of the events you could very easily just say, until 2 weeks after whatever event, this will be there, and then you'll have a link that says recent events.
Right.
Which just push down stack of your events.
Yeah.
But if you've got something upcoming events, or upcoming and very recent events, and then a link to past events, that if you can find a way to with the software that you've got automatically remove it from your front page.
Right. On my work site, which is energy.duke.edu, we have actually a brand new Drupal 7 site that's got the event software on it. So if anybody's got an idea for a good add-on for event management on this, that would help. It's automating the stuff on my work site, and it would be great to automate, because what I was doing was manually taking it off and putting it in the news column. But if I can automate events on this site, if anybody can suggest.
I'm unfamiliar with the ability to tag it. This will be visible here, but here and here, and then it goes over to here.
Right. Okay.
I have a couple thoughts. The answer to that question is there are a couple of modules that handle events in WordPress. We had about an hour conversation about it once, and so there are a few different ones, and they will understand things like dates, so that you can have them just show what's upcoming, things like that. I have two thoughts about sort of just in terms of communication strategy, thinking about your primary goal being fundraising. One is that, and that you're not really looking at the web. I mean, the website is you want to be able to accept donations online, but that's not where you're going to get the kind of donations that you mostly want and get. But the website could be more useful at telling stories.
Yes.
So I would do more to have like pictures and stories of people visiting and showing the experiences that they've had, and have them talking about how cool it was to see a working mill and connection to the past, and just having those stories and like getting those more up front. That would be, to me, like the top thing.
Yeah.
And more importantly, you wouldn't have to update those.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we put that news column. It didn't used to exist on the site before I got involved with it, and I'm kind of wondering. I don't love it when the WordPress site's main page is the news blog, but I'm kind of wondering if that might not be the best idea in this case, so that we can put those stories. Because I did have. At the beginning of the tour season, I had a nice video up there of the mill in operation. But when I'm not able to update it,
I usually tell people not to do slideshows because I hate them. Yeah. But I think this would be a good use case for a slideshow, actually, because they're not news and they shouldn't take up a lot of space. But you should have a pretty banner like you have there that could be rotating and showing pictures of people, and then there's like a button on each one that's where you could click to learn more.
Right.
A couple other thoughts before I lose them, because they're not going to stay